I want to talk about is actually one that, again, you don't really think about, but is the key to gentrification. You cannot have gentrification without just more people moving in, period, right? Population growth is a necessary condition for gentrification to even happen. And in a city that has experienced significant population loss for the last 6 decades, even having neighborhoods that are growing at all is a pressure situation, because there are very few, unfortunately, that are experiencing this kind of public investment and that are in fact growing. So let's think about the issue of population change. If you are a neighborhood that is growing, remaining stable, or declining, in a city that was built out by the 1950s, we're going to have one of these 3 situations, right? Every neighborhood was already built out by 1950, and one of these 3 conditions occur today. So in a growing neighborhood, when it's too fast, what are you going to hear about? You're going to hear about the issues related to increased retail, because retail will follow growth. They'll follow the people. If there are more households, they're going to sell you more stuff. And believe it or not, you actually get an increase in property crime and crimes of opportunity that occur in areas of growth. Our fastest growing neighborhood is the downtown, and that's our #1 incident for crime-related property crimes in particular. You're going to hear about congestion, people complaining about parking and then not having enough space to put their car. You're going to hear about the rise in housing. Why? Because you have a demand for a limited supply in a neighborhood, and you're going to hear about fear of displacement in neighborhoods that are experiencing excessive growth. In our more stable neighborhoods, you may not necessarily hear the same things. You're going to hear about things about how can I continue to market my neighborhood so that whenever I'm ready to sell, someone wants to pick it up. How can I continue to rehabilitate my housing stock? How is it worth me bumping out the kitchen so that whenever I do go to sell, someone will buy it? You hear about school quality, you hear about maintenance related issues in our stable neighborhoods. And in our declining neighborhoods, the problems of contracting. Physical contracting of neighborhoods is incredibly difficult. The #1 indicator for population decline is vacant and abandoned housing, right? But people leave, they don't take their houses with them. And everything that ensues after that. The people that leave are the ones that, either pass away or move away or have some kind of a choice to leave. And the folks that get left behind, we have increasing rates of concentrated poverty. This is the areas that we talk about school closings, right? You have decline in population, you're going to have decline in enrollment. And then this is the place we're talking about food deserts. These 3 kinds of experiences are spatially distributed in exactly similar patterns that previous maps have shown. So these are the neighborhoods that have grown, the ones in green, the ones that are relatively stable in the city of Baltimore, the yellow ones, and the ones that have unfortunately declined in the last 10 years. And you can see, obviously, similar patterns around this notion of pressure in growth, right up and down the spine of Baltimore City and going around the water. And the question is, I've overlaid this with councilmanic districts. We're not organized according to this kind of issue. All of our growing neighborhoods are not organized. They're bifurcated by which council person might represent their area. And if you see, almost every council district has almost all 3 types of neighborhoods. So a council person is hearing all the issues in all the neighborhoods because of the kind of experience that these neighborhoods are having. Except the 9th district. Anybody lives in the 9th district, unfortunately, every neighborhood has experienced population decline. And so this is what I want to talk about. How do we even get neighborhoods that have similar experiences that are unfortunately tribalized by the way we organize ourselves politically to actually band together, advocate, and make sure that they don't experience high rising prices and displacement, and it can actually protect their neighborhood in the future.